Life Lessons with Joe here. Welcome back to my channel. Let's talk about projection. And why is projection one of the main tools that is utilized by narcissistic sociopathic personality people? Okay, so the reason why they have to do that is because the narcissist doesn't like to take self-accountability. The narcissist doesn't like to apologize. The narcissist is lacking in empathy. The narcissist doesn't want to basically come to let's compromise. Let's talk about this. Let's have a civil discussion where I state my part and then you state your part, and then we can grow from this and just move past this. The narcissist is here to divide and conquer. The narcissist likes to control. The narcissist likes to shift blame because, like I said, they just don't want to take self-accountability. Narcissistic people are like a child, right? They're stuck in something called arrested development, in which they have not psychologically advanced to their chronological age. So their body, they are 40 years old, but the narcissist mentality is still that of a 5-year-old, right? Because please know that children have a bit of narcissism in them. We all had it. Because the needs of the child go before those of the adults, because the child needs someone to take care of them. So it is completely normal for a child to have a level of narcissism. Now, if that continues all the way to adulthood and it becomes like a pathology, then that's where it becomes a problem. So what we're talking about, what we see in the political world, where a politician could just get on the news and say, well, this group did this, when the evidence suggests that otherwise, that's called projection. It's part of the whole divide and conquer tactic, because they need to pull the strings of both the scapegoat and the golden truth in order to have them underneath the narcissist's control, right? Because the narcissists, they get off on that. They get off on the power trip. They get off on the power dynamic that I'm stronger than you, I'm bigger than you. Therefore, I get to use you and I get to put you both against each other so that you guys both won't see that there's one common enemy, and it's that narcissist that keeps pulling the string and that keep doing things and saying things in order to get a reaction out of you. Please know that the narcissist doesn't care if the reaction is positive or negative, right? Or if it results in you being angry. As long as you give them a reaction of some kind, then the narcissists take that as narcissistic supply, which inflates their ego, okay? And it basically gives the narcissist the signal of, okay, so I'm getting a reaction, therefore I'm in control of this person. I have power. This is why I said in the previous video that when you encounter these type of people, smear campaigns and things of that nature, because even with the projection, the narcissist is in fact also doing a smear campaign when they're lying and accusing somebody of doing what they do or being who they are and how they feel. All those negative traits, the narcissist needs to find a scapegoat, right? That's why if you look into the story of scapegoat is when there was a goat and the people in the town didn't want to take responsibility for their sins, and so they casted that sin on the goat and they let that goat escape, and that's why it's called a scapegoat, okay? And I think we have been dealing with that for a very, very long time. And I keep talking about narcissism because even I have experienced that in my family. I have experienced that in the workplace. For what I've seen and from what I have realized, most people are mentally disordered. A lot of people are evil and wicked. I know some of you are going to say, well, Joe, that's not true. There are some good people. They are. But based on my personal experience and what I have seen, and then look what's happening in the world, we live in a wicked world when there's a lot of wicked people in low and high places, right? And it's not just the elites that are the problem. We as a collective also have issues within ourselves that we need to dig into it, and we need to learn to heal and fix it, because otherwise these issues are going to continue to expand. Because a lot of the time people like to self-avoid. The more you avoid a problem, and I'm guilty of this, right? There's certain issues of mine that I have that I avoid them because I don't want to take a look at it because it just takes too much energy. And then the more I continue avoiding this problem, the more it basically creates issues in my life, right? So it's best to admit the problem. Well, at least I admitted the problems to myself, but it's just Now it's gonna take me a little bit of time to like fix this issue because I kept ignoring it, right? So it does no good when we're living in a society that it seems like they prefer people that lie, they prefer people that are wicked, they prefer people that are conniving, evil, versus somebody that's willing to admit the truth, versus somebody that's willing to be honest, versus somebody that's willing to take accountability for things. But what I notice, people prefer politicians that lie to their faces. They prefer politicians that are going to treat them like their children, incapable of taking ownership of their own lives. And so as long as we continue to have a society that's behaving and moving in this manner, we will continue to have people that are thirsty for power. And within that hunger and thirst for power, these people will stop at nothing. And they would destroy your life if they have to in order to get that power over you. This is why I keep talking about this, because this is the root of the problem. And I believe that no politics is going to fix that until people start taking ownership and accountability for themselves, their children, their lives, how they live, where they're going to live. And I know I need to take some of that advice myself, so I'm not going to sit here and be a hypocrite. But I do work on things behind the scenes, okay? Because I refuse to live a common life. I refuse to follow in the footsteps of the generations that have come before me, because like I said in the previous video, I was chosen to fix my family lineage. And as long as God allows me to do so, I will continue to work on myself. It's not an easy task, trust me, it's not easy at all. But it must be done. It must be done because I can no longer continue living in this manner. And I wish the rest of society we see that and be like, okay, I can't live like this anymore. Let's change society, because you want your community to be fixed. Well, you need to start by walking down the right path. You need to start leading by example. Stop telling people what to do and show them what to do, and just demonstrate. Should they choose that path, then they can have you as a mentor and as a voice or tool to guide them. Should they not choose that path, then they continue down the path of self-destruction, down to the left, okay? Because this is the only thing that we can do with society. The way that it's going at the fast rate that society has been deteriorating these past years is extremely scary. And that should tell you, for those that don't believe, that this is a spiritual battle. This is not a physical battle. This is not about money. Narcissism is rooted in a battle of your soul. Narcissists want your soul. They want to break down your spirit, your will to fight. They want to break down your happiness, right? Because they want total dominance over you. And some people have even speculated that narcissism is the Jezebel spirit, which you can do your own research and jump to your own conclusion yourself. Anywho, so that's what the narcissists like to do. They just love to project, because according to them, they're all perfect, they're all knowing, they never make mistakes. So I don't want to take accountability, so I'm just going to use you as the punching bag.